From which city in the world are you watching this video today? If this story resonates with you, please consider subscribing to support more stories about the unseen sacrifices behind the uniform. On the long, straight road of Interstate 40, in the Nevada desert, a 25-vehicle convoy was moving in the early morning hours. Heavy freight trucks, tankers, and escort vehicles were carrying important cargo from Las Vegas to Phoenix. This government contract shipment was extremely valuable and classified. Sarah Chen was the driver of the convoy's lead truck. She was 42 years old, medium height, athletic build, and always careful. She had been working at Titan Logistics for 10 years and had a perfect driving record. Her colleagues knew her as calm, reliable, and professional. Sarah's truck was a bit different from the others in the convoy. It had a more powerful engine, reinforced frame, and special communication equipment. But most importantly, Sarah's driving style resembled a tactical vehicle operator more than a truck driver. That morning, the convoy had moved on schedule. Route planning was perfect, weather conditions ideal, and there was no threat intelligence in the security briefing. It appeared to be a routine commercial haul. Sarah, being in the lead position, was responsible for the convoy's navigation and communication. She coordinated with other drivers on CB radio, provided information about road conditions, and organized rest stops. "Convoy Alpha, this is lead," she said into the CB. "We're at milepost 247, next fuel stop 50 miles. Weather clear, traffic light." Behind her were 24 vehicles, 18 commercial trucks, 4 escort cars, and 2 support vehicles, a total of 31 drivers and crew members. But deep in the Nevada desert, someone was waiting for the convoy. At 10:30, Sarah noticed an unusual pattern on the GPS. Vehicles that shouldn't normally be on the road were moving on parallel roads. "Dispatch, this is lead. Requesting surrounding traffic analysis. Copy lead, stand by." Dispatch returned 10 minutes later. "Lead, traffic pattern appears normal, proceed as planned." But Sarah's uneasiness was growing. Her 15 years of military experience told her something different. Sarah's real story was unknown to anyone in the convoy. She had served 15 years in the Army. She was an M1A2 Abrams tank commander in the 3rd Armored Division. Her call sign was Iron Thunder. 3 deployments in Iraq, 2 deployments in Afghanistan, 127 combat missions, 15 enemy armor kills. After leaving the Army in 2019, she had tried to adapt to civilian life. The trucking job gave her peace. Open road, clear objectives, minimal politics. But military reflexes never disappeared. At 11:15, Sarah's fears were confirmed. At mile marker 298, vehicles appeared on both sides of the road. 8 vehicles in tactical formation were flanking the convoy. "Convoy Alpha, this is an ambush," Sarah shouted into the CB. "All vehicles, evasive maneuvers, now," but it was too late. Roadblocks had been set up in both directions. The convoy was trapped. A loudspeaker voice came from the lead attacker vehicle. "Convoy stop, turn off engines and exit vehicles." Sarah quickly assessed the situation. 25 vehicles trapped in a narrow valley. 8 attacker vehicles equipped with heavy weapons. Civilian drivers in panic. CB radio turned to chaos. "What do we do? They have guns. Call dispatch. No cell signal." Sarah took a deep breath. After 10 years, Iron Thunder was returning. "All vehicles, this is Tank Commander Sarah. Keep radios quiet and listen to me." The drivers in the convoy were surprised. Sarah's voice authority and command tone were completely different. "Assume formation. Truck 2, right flanking position. Truck 3, left flanking. Escort vehicles, rear guard. Everyone else, tight formation, minimum gap." "Sarah, what are you saying?" asked Mike, the driver of Truck 2. "Mike, what's your truck's weight?" 80,000 pounds. "Why? Perfect, you're my left wing. Follow my lead." Sarah analyzed the attacker vehicle's positions. Standard ambush formation, center block, flank security, rear cutoff. But they had weaknesses. The attacker leader spoke through the loudspeaker again. "Final warning, exit vehicles or we will open fire." Sarah whispered into the CB. "All vehicles, keep engines running. On my command, full throttle." "Sarah, this is crazy," protested escort leader Jim. "You're a truck driver. You can't plan tactical operations." Jim. Sarah's voice was cold and determined. I'm not Sarah Chen. I'm Captain Sarah Iron Thunder Chen. 3rd Armored Division, M1A2 Abrams Tank Commander, 127 combat missions. And right now I'm your commanding officer. Silence on the convoy radio. Now listen carefully. Think of trucks as armor. Weight and momentum are your weapons. Escort vehicles, mobility and reconnaissance. Support vehicles, supply line. Sarah studied the road terrain. Slight elevation on the left side. Drainage ditch on the right side. Narrow passage in the center. Formation Charlie. Trucks 2, 5, 8, wedge formation. Speed 45 mph. Target center roadblock. Sarah, this is a kamikaze mission. Mike panicked. Negative. This is a breakthrough operation. Trust me. The attackers approached. Armed personnel were advancing toward the trucks from 50 meters. Execute, Sarah commanded. The 25-vehicle convoy suddenly moved into coordinated formation. Sarah in the lead, heavy trucks flanking, security vehicles escorting. The attackers were surprised. They hadn't expected this civilian convoy to show military precision. Sarah went to full throttle. The 80,000-pound truck accelerated toward the center roadblock, like a battering ram. Iron Thunder charging, she shouted, using her old battle cry. Impact. Sarah's truck passed through, smashing the roadblock vehicles. The other trucks followed, making a breakthrough through the gap. The attackers were disoriented. Their plan was to surround a stationary convoy, not pursue moving targets. Phase 2, Sarah commanded. Escort vehicles, rear guard action, trucks, maintain formation, speed 55. The convoy began to exit the valley, but the attackers went into pursuit. Lead, pursuit vehicles closing, Jim reported. Sarah saw 4 pursuit vehicles in the rear mirror. High speed, armed, determined. Copy. Initiating countermaneuver. Sarah made a sudden left turn, directing the convoy to a side road. Narrow mountain road, winding curves. Advantage for trucks, disadvantage for lighter pursuit vehicles. Trucks, use your weight. Hold the inside line on curves. Let momentum work. Sarah's tactical driving began to distance the pursuit vehicles. Heavy trucks had a stability advantage on corners. After 15 minutes, the pursuit vehicles retreated. The convoy had reached safety. All vehicles, status report, Sarah called. Truck 2, minor damage, operational. Escort 1, all good. Support 2, shaken but okay. Everyone was safe. 2 hours later, the convoy reached the Phoenix Depot. The FBI was waiting. Incident investigation began. Miss Chen, FBI agent Rodriguez asked, how did you organize the tactical response? Sarah hesitated. Revealing her military background could end her quiet civilian life. Experience. What kind of experience? Sarah looked at the convoy members. They all saw her as a hero. Mike, Jim, the other drivers. She had saved their lives. Military, armored division. Agent Rodriguez was impressed. Rank, captain, tank commander. The agent began taking notes. This incident was the work of a sophisticated criminal organization. Your response prevented civilian casualties. Sarah nodded. Miss Chen, any interest in federal service? Homeland Security consulting positions are available. Sarah thought. Civilian life versus duty call. Agent Rodriguez, I'm a truck driver. This is my job. I understand, but know that the country doesn't forget your service. Weeks later, Sarah returned to her normal routine. Trucking, driving, convoys, but now everyone at the company saw her differently. The Iron Thunder nickname spread. Drivers were asking Sarah for tactical advice, seeking her opinion on security planning. One day, young driver Jake asked, Sarah, what's it like to drive a tank? Sarah smiled. Jake, a tank isn't just a metal machine. It's team effort. Commander, gunner, loader, driver, trust and coordination. Is it similar to trucking? Very similar. In a convoy, we're all a team. I might be lead, but everyone is important. Why did you leave the army? Sarah looked at the highway. Because the war was finished. I was ready for normal life too, but skills never leave. When needed, always ready. Jake nodded respectfully. That evening, Sarah looked at her military photos at home. Tank crew, deployment memories, medals. Then she looked at her trucking license, company ID. Both were part of her, warrior and protector. Past and present. The phone rang. Company dispatcher. Sarah, there's a special assignment. High-value cargo. Phoenix to Denver. They requested an escort. Interested. Sarah grinned. Copy dispatcher. Iron Thunder ready to roll. Thank you for watching this video to the end. From which city are you watching? Let us know in the comments. And if you believe stories like these should be heard by more people, don't forget to subscribe. Your support enables us to continue this mission. We are truly grateful.